What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, really my main strategy is to get us set up for the weekend. And what I mean by set up for the weekend is exactly like this entry right here. So this already cashed for us, not cashed, but it already hit this duo hit in League of Legends. And now we are set up going into Thursday Night Football with Jordan Love and Jaden Daniels correlated pair. I took Jordan Love over completions and I took Jaden Daniels under pass attempts. And both of these lines have actually already bumped down respectively or up respectively. So now Jordan Love's line is at 19 and now Jaden Daniels' line is at 31. And you'll see, actually in this middle play, these 0.5 differences make a ton of difference whether we hit plays or not sometimes. This guy, does barely miss by 0.5. I will say I went back and watched the end of the game. He got 3 or 4 headshots in the last 2 rounds of the game, which is frustrating, but it does happen, right? That's going to happen in betting sometimes. Sometimes that thing's going to go your way. Sometimes it's not going to go your way. Just so you guys know, probably like most of these guys get like 1 headshot every 2 rounds, and this guy literally got 4 headshots in the last 2 rounds of the game, and his team still ended up losing. So that's pretty crazy to think about there too. This also very close here, even though this guy goes over by a couple of headshots. Still a very close entry. Anytime a 3 out of 4 is a close entry. So that does end our streak of hitting 4-mans for like 4 days straight. We hit one on Friday, we hit multiple on Saturday, multiple on Sunday, and then we hit one on Monday. And you guys can actually see that here in these different screenshots, right? Here's a ton of the 4-mans that we hit over the weekend. We went up about 20 to 25 units, which is great. And I did go over this on Friday, but we had, I think, 13 3 out of 4s last weekend. Okay, so if we can bring this number down, and out of the 13 3 out of 4s that we had last weekend, if we could convert 2 or 3 extra one of those, I mean, that's when we start having 35 40 unit weekends instead of 20 25 unit weekends. And I'm always going to be happy with a 20 25 unit weekend, but again, we had so much potential energy that ended up not cashing last weekend, and that's coming from even still a really decent weekend that we had last weekend on week 1. Another thing here is we did cash the taco play, the second taco play. Unfortunately, the first taco play did miss with that first taco, right? He only got 2 pitcher strikeouts, which is very sad. I don't know how you only get 2 pitcher strikeouts, and I think he played like 5 or 6 innings. But yeah, I mean, that sucks there because I really did like that Jaden Reed play that I had yesterday. So I still like the Jaden Reed play if you guys can get it on, different apps and stuff. I think it's off of Prizepicks for some reason. It has not came back. So that just goes to show me Prizepicks is like they knew it was a good place. A lot of times when Prizepicks takes plays off the board, that means that it was a good play because they don't want anyone else taking that play. If you think about it from Prizepicks' perspective, why would they take a play off the board if they want people to bet on it? Like if it's a play that Prizepicks knows they can make money on because people are going to bet, and they know they kind of have an edge on that play, then they're going to keep that play up and have people bet on that more and more and more. And that's why you'll see a lot of these plays have like 100,000 tails on these like very popular players like a Travis Hunter or something, and they leave these plays up because they know that it's profitable to them, to Prizepicks. And again, I told you guys, Prizepicks does some shady stuff. And at the end of the day, Prizepicks is trying to make money. And on this channel, we try to flip the script and make money on Prizepicks, which is what we've been able to do for 18 months straight now, right? So over the summer, guys, we are up 114 units. I just updated this about 5 minutes ago. And I think yesterday it showed 115. So I think we went down 1 unit since yesterday. But again, it doesn't paint the full story. And going down 1 unit is absolutely nothing, guys. Like, it's 1 unit, but it doesn't paint the full story because we do have this setup, right? So this is really nice to see. And then we actually also have this mini setup in this Tennessee game because this guy ends up DMPing, but we have also another setup for a potential 3-man, which is really nice. So yeah, really decent day. Again, my thing is on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to get set up for the weekend. And I should have said this yesterday because Tuesday is incorporated in that, and yesterday was Tuesday, but get into the VIP as early as possible. If you're not in the VIP, don't wait till Friday night to get into the VIP, because a lot of the plays that we end up cashing on Saturday night or Sunday, NFL, they start now. These plays start coming out now. I'm spamming plays starting today, starting yesterday even. And that's not to say that I'm not going to have a ton of picks on Friday and not going to have like 12 to 15 picks on Friday. I am, but I'm saying that some of the picks that are going to end up happening on Saturday start now. It's me sending them out right now. And we got to wait a couple of days for the Friday night games or the Saturday games, but that's completely fine. because then when I recap it on Sunday or Monday and we end up hitting that play, a lot of people will be like, oh man, I didn't catch this play. But then I look back and they only joined the VIP Thursday night or Friday, right? Join the VIP now and get all the plays for the weekend, okay? So if you guys don't know, if you guys want to join the VIP, there is actually the most insane discount I've ever seen, actually the most insane promo I've ever seen. And it is spend 10, get $100 in free picks. I mean, I can't even tell you, I probably had like 30 of you guys text me and just be like, dude, is this even like real? Like, is this even like a like thing that's like legal? Like, is this like a thing that's actually happening? Like, yes, I can tell you guys that you're getting a free $100. They're handing you a $100 bill in free picks on Onyx Odds. All you have to do is spend $10 on these apps, right? And I talked about it, a lot of these other apps, Sleeper, Chalkboard, I love them. They're great apps. But they'll give you, you put in $100 and they'll give you $100. So it's a 100% deposit match, which is still great. But Onyx Odds is a 1,000% deposit match. So all you have to do is hand in $10. Like, it's literally being like, hey man, give me $10 and I'll give you $100 back. Like, it is a absolute money glitch on Onyx Odds right now. And again, it's not something that it's like, we're taking advantage of them. It's not some loophole. I've talked to their founder multiple times last week, and he wants as many people on this app and as many people using this promo as possible, okay? So all you have to do is text me the word Onyx. I will also have this play, which I talked about yesterday. So if you already took this play, then don't tail it. But if you do want Onyx Odds and you want to tail this play with me, that's going to be the first link in the pinned comment. So the pinned comment is going to be a link that's going to have you sign up for Onyx Odds with my code, and then it should link you to this play. So it should have this play pre-populated in your account, and then you'll tail it with that $10 you put in, and then you'll get a free $100 to bet with on Onyx Odds. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys have like $100, $200 in your Prizepicks account. This has the potential to double your bankroll in the next 5-10 minutes, right? Like, you can have a free $100 to bet with in the next 5-10 minutes. Also, another question I've had is, are there player props on these apps? So yes, there are. There's player props. You can bet over under receptions. You can bet yards. You can even bet alternate lines, like alternate spreads, alternate player props, like passing yards and stuff like that. So you have all of that on Onyx Odds, as well as money lines and spreads, which I know conventionally in a lot of these other states, like, Texas, I'm in, Florida, California, you can't bet on money lines and on spreads, but on Onyx Odds you can, okay? So if you want a free $100, all you have to do is you could text me, or you could just take that first link in the pinned comment, and that will already link you to Onyx Odds, and it's a website that you'll sign up for, put $10 in, and then you'll get a free $100 in bets. And again, I would put $10 on this play. I still absolutely love this play. Commanders plus 3.5, so they have to win or lose by at least 3, right? So they have to be within 3 points of the Packers. And again, I think this game is completely a coin toss. So getting them at 3.5 is really, really good. And this is a play that I really like. The other day I took Vikings money line, and that did go ahead and cash for us on Onyx Odds, which is nice to see there. All right. So let's get into the first play. So technically this is the first play, right? If you don't have this, take this play here. This is a great play that I really like on Onyx Odds. And then the second play is going to be on Sleeper. So let's get through this real quick. I have 3 plays technically. So the first play was Onyx Odds, second play is on Sleeper, and then third pick is going to be on Prizepicks. All right. So we have Jaden Daniels over 1 pass yard. It's a free pick on Sleeper. So again, use these promos, especially you guys that have small bankrolls. If your bankroll is like $100, $200, or you bet $5 a play, which again, there's no problem with any of that. I'm just saying, if you bet $5 a play, you could put $5-10 on this pick, and you're legitimately getting a completely free entry. Okay, so not having Sleeper is going to hurt you, because you're not taking these entries and you're not getting these completely free picks that Sleeper, Chalkboard, all these other apps offer all the time. Okay, so think out of the box of just taking Prizepicks plays all the time. I take 90-95% Prizepicks plays, guys. I get it. I like Prizepicks too. I take a lot of Prizepicks. VIP is like 90-95% Prizepicks, like I said. But again, these other apps, they give you complete layups, okay? So take the layups when they're there. Jane Daniels over 1 pass yard, that's going to hit. And then we have Carr. I think his name Chris Carr? Carson Carr, something like that. Carr right here. I did watch him last week or 2 weeks ago versus Miami. And really, this is more of a play on the Notre Dame offense. Okay, so the Notre Dame offense, the first half of the Miami game, guys, and by the way, this is a play you could also take on Prizepicks, but it is a little bit lower on Prizepicks, so I like it on Sleeper here. The Notre Dame offense in the first half versus Miami, they played the way that they kind of wanted to play, and that's a run-first team. That's a lot of swing passes, a lot of short yardage stuff, and Carr only got 60, I think it was 63 or 64 yards in that first half, because that was kind of the first half where they had their game plan right. They needed to they ran the ball with Jeremiah Love, who's a Heisman contender type running back. But then in the second half, they were down by like 10 to 14 points, something like that. They were down by like two scores. So they needed to pass in that second half. They were forced to pass in that second half. And I want to really emphasize that, because a lot of these teams, they come in with a game plan, and then the second half comes around, and whether they're winning or losing really determines what they do in that second half. If you're winning by 14 points, you're going to run the ball a ton in the second half to try to waste the clock. If you are losing in the second half, you're going to pass the ball a lot to go over, or not go over, but you're going to pass the ball a lot to try to stop the clock and to try to get big chunk plays. So that's what happened for Notre Dame. They were forced to pass the ball versus Miami. And Carr then got like 200 yards in that second half and did go over at like, I think he went over at like 220 or 230. So he didn't even go over by too much. But that is really the main reason why I'm betting on this, because I think Notre Dame is going to have a better game. I think they're going to actually be leading at halftime versus the Aggies. And I think they're going to be able to stick to their game plan longer, which is running the ball. Carr actually could use his legs a little bit. And then Jeremiah Love is a big part of this offense. One of the best running backs in the country. And I just don't think Carr is going to be forced to pass like he was versus Miami, because Miami did win that game and was winning that game a lot of that game. Okay, so this is going to be the play on Sleeper. Again, if you do not have Sleeper, you guys can text me Sleeper to my number right here, and I'll get you guys 1 free month of the VIP. For that, very easy to sign up for Sleeper with my code. My code is actually paid on there, but again, just text me. If you have like, just text me, and I'll get you guys the instructions for that super simply. This is going to be the play of the day on Prizepicks. All right, so 3 picks for you guys today. I will say this channel's picks, man, like just this channel's picks has honestly been rough this week on Prizepicks. I don't even know if we've hit anything, to be honest. We've had a lot of 0.5 misses. We had Ladd McConkey barely miss. We had Aaron Jones barely miss. VIP has been doing really well. And again, sometimes the VIP is going to crush it. Sometimes the free picks aren't. Sometimes the free picks are going to crush it. Sometimes the VIP isn't. Sometimes everything's going to crush it, which I wish everything that would happen all the time. But again, sometimes, things are gonna play out how they play out, right? All I say to do is play picks over a long period of time that have an edge, okay? And I think both of these picks here have a very good edge right here. So Bryce Young, we got to wait a couple of days for it, but I really like his under 20.5 pass completions. If you ask me one reason why I like it, it's because I think by game time, this bumps down to 19.5. Okay, which is huge in pass completions. Okay, in pass completions terms, you guys saw last week we missed Jalen Hurts play by 1 completion. Okay, his line was 18.5. He ends up getting that last pass completion with like a minute left in the game to AJ Brown, and he goes over at 19. So I think this bumps to 19.5 by game time. I think 20.5 is way too high. Just a very quick level of why I think it's too high is just basic math here, guys. His line right now is 31.5. His pass completion line is 20.5, like I said, so I'm taking the under. But his pass completion percentage in 2024 was 61%. So if you take 61% of 31.5, that brings you to 19.2 pass completions. So if you just do the math, and if you look at his pass completion percentage times his attempts, that would only put him at 19.2 pass completions, all right? So I think 20.5 is about 1 to 1.5 pass completions too high for him, so that's why I'm taking the under. We'll also say, I'm going to jump in this very quick, but you'll see the last 10 games. Let's actually sort it by last 15. His last 15 games, well, I mean, some of these games, it looks like he didn't really play. So last 10 games, you'll see he goes under this a lot. And if you look at head-to-head versus the Cardinals that they played at the end of the year last year, okay, so this is one of his last games that he played last year. He only gets 17 pass completions. And this was actually a game that goes into overtime. Okay, so if you look at this game, this is it right here. This is a game that goes into overtime. So we actually had a whole extra quarter to get pass completions. You'll see they actually scored 6 points in overtime. So they had 1 additional drive, and he only goes 17 for 26. So he did not pass very much versus the Cardinals the last time they played, all right? So again, last time you guys see that he goes under this. I personally just think Bryce Young, guys, I just don't think he's very good, to be honest with you guys. He had 35 attempts last game, which is a lot of attempts, and he only completed the ball 18 times in a game that they were losing the entire time. Okay, so I talk about this a lot. If you click on any game here, like let's just look at Titans Broncos. Okay, that is a horrible example of that. All right, let's look at, I mean, let's just click around here. Okay, let's look at Panthers Jags, right? Trevor Lawrence throws the ball 31 times. Bryce Young throws the ball 35 times. Bengals Browns, right? Bengals are winning this pretty much whole game. Joe Burrow only throws the ball 23 times. Joe Flacco throws the ball 45 times, all right? So the losing team's going to throw the ball a lot more. Let's look at Falcons Bucks. Baker Mayfield was winning this game. You'll see Baker Mayfield throws the ball 32 times. Michael Penix 42. Well, I already went to Titans Broncos. That's probably like the one game that doesn't happen. Lions Packers. You'll see Jordan Love only throws the ball 22 times because his game. What happened at halftime, guys? His team was leading 17-3 at halftime. So because his team was 17-3 up, he throws the ball only 22 times his entire game. And because the Lions were losing, they throw the ball 39 times. Okay, so they throw the ball a ton. So again, I don't really know how that pertains to Bryce Young, but you'll see here on this play, for example, that's why I'm taking Jordan Love over and Jaden Daniels under, because if Packers end up losing this game, and they're losing this game at halftime, then they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more, getting a lot more completions and such. So that is Bryce Young. Also, we do have this guy, Patukia, I think is how you say his name. Very quickly, I just think this game is going to be a 1-2. I think EDG, this team that we're betting on, is only going to get one win, but I think in that one win, this guy's going to get 20 plus assists. Okay, so I think he's going to get between 18 to 20 assists in one win, and I think then in the other games that he loses, he's probably going to get about 5 assists in each of those other games that they lose. So I think this is really going to be how it is. In the one win he has, he's going to get about 20 assists. In the 2 losses, he'll probably get like 5 to 7 assists, and I think his line should be more like 30-ish. Okay, so again, discrepancies. I would not be surprised if by game time, so by tonight, this line is like 29 or something. And then again, by game time, so this is in a couple days, so we'll keep track of it. But by game time, this is at like 19.5 or something like that. All right, guys. So again, sign up for Onyx Odds. If you don't have it, you can text me Onyx. You can also click that first link in the pinned comment and get this play going, as well as get a free $100 in your account, right? So it's a free $100 bill that they're handing you with Onyx Odds. You'll also get a free month of the VIP for doing so. So it's a win-win-win for everyone. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's start cashing these free picks. I know it's kind of been rough on this channel with free picks. VIP has been good, but free picks have been rough, I'll be honest. So let's start turning things around on this channel. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.